Really quick, I found this when I was looking for something else, and I was like, did did Alex give this to me? I don't think you did, but I don't know where this came from. High Complete Model Gundam Zion's Mobile Suit Zaku 2. Does this look familiar to you at all?
Zion's
Mobile Suit Zaku 2. I looked it up on...
That looks like a bootleg in my opinion, because it's not Zion, it's Zeon. Zeon.
No, I looked this up. This is a real thing.
It's a real thing?
This is from 1984.
Oh, then there must have been a translation issue. I don't recall.
Okay, so I didn't think... I figured I would remember you giving this to me.
Yeah, no. How much is that going for?
$65. I don't know.
Yeah, I would not have given that to you.
Well, I mean, I don't know what year you would have given this to me. I just don't remember. I don't know why I would have bought this.
Where did you find it?
I was in a box of anime toys that I have. What I was looking for was the Asuka that you got me from Japan. But that was with my 2010 stuff, and so I couldn't find it. But I was looking for that figure. Trip. I found Kakashi though.
I know about the Kakashi.
You bought me Asuka too. That was the first trip. Yes, you did.
Okay,
I'm glad that
I'll take your word for it. Did I get you a Kanti?
No, I got myself a Kanti. Yes, okay. I got that at Anime Central. Yes, it was like a Figma, one of those.
Oh, Unit 0 is right there behind your left shoulder.
Unit 2, but
oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Unit 2. Unit 0 is blue and then
orange.
Yeah. Sorry.
Like me, but so I don't know where this. I must have found this at Anime Central for cheap and said okay, probably. Sure. But I have no memory of buying that. You're the only person I know who likes Gundam, so I thought maybe you were like, I found this at a toy shop.
Tells in Tokyo. You a lot about Gundam's popularity in reality.
Gundam is definitely a strange character. I feel like. Or strange franchise, because I feel like the model kits are definitely
more popular than the series.
1,000 times more popular than the series.
That's actually, I believe that's kind of what helped save the original series in Japan was all the model kits. It was basically like their version of cartoons in the US back in the 80s, where you cared less about the cartoon and more about the the He-Man or G.I. Joe,
the anime was to sell the product.
Yeah. Right.
Because I tried watching the original Gundam. I watched 6 episodes of it.
It's a little bit of work.
I feel like I could get through it if I really tried. I feel like Yamato is a more difficult series to watch than Gundam. Gundam is still bordering 80s anime, so it's got that sort of contemporary
79, I believe.
Okay, so yeah,
79, 80.
Whereas Yamato was
big time 80, big time 70s,
big time 70s.
Yeah,
and you can feel it.
Yeah. The original, the OG Gundam series definitely has a lot of those trappings of 70s style. Story structure, dialogue, just general flow of the episodes and stuff. But then it's starting to kind of divert into the 90s, or I'm sorry, what was in the 80s and stuff like that. Because the following series after that, Zeta and Double Zeta, then are
Wing,
a little bit different. Wing was from the 90s.
That's the one that I knew, because the only reason I knew anything about Gundam Wing. Wasn't it just Gundam W was what it said on the box?
Yeah, it was Gundam W, yeah.
Because I got my old Japanese pen pal, Mami Yasukawa, sent me a VHS, probably a tape that she was bored of, and it was just a Gundam Wing two Gundam Wing episodes on VHS. And yes, it was a girl. In 1990, she was very cute. In 1990,
have you tried reconnecting with her over these years?
I tried to reconnect with her when I was in college, and I found her email address through some magic, and we emailed a little bit. No, none of my Japanese contacts will talk to me anymore. So
I'm sorry, bud.
It's okay.
You'll have to stick with these bunch of Western females.
Dirty Yanks.
Bunch of Western gaijin. But yeah, I think as time has progressed, well, Gundam Wing was the one that was on Cartoon Network for what was that called? It wasn't Toonami. And then they would also show it later on during like reruns of it. Oh, they were all reruns on Adult Swim. So that's what kind of got more people into Gundam. And then they started showing like 8th MS Team. They had G Gundam, which was the one about stereotypical Gundam MMA fighting type of Gundams. How every country had their own stereotype. Yeah. There was like the Holland Gundam was the one was basically just like a giant windmill, like the blades on his chest. What was it? America Gundam looked like a cowboy with like 6 shooters and stuff. It was hilarious.
This was a real series.
Yes. They don't really like to acknowledge it much, but the fandom exists for it and stuff pretty well.
Gundam Maxter?
Yes.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's got like he has like a football helmet, like a punter's helmet, like the old punter kicker helmet. And yeah, he looks like a football player, and he's got like dual pistols. I have like a giant, the frozen thingy there got me.
You and Erica like drinking out of things.
Yeah,
we do.
Well, if we're at home,
keep offering me a koozie.
Yeah, koozie.
I've never used a koozie in my life.
It keeps your hand nice and warm, and your body heat doesn't transfer then onto the can or the bottle. I had to get her that special Cubs one because it's for the skinny, because girls like the skinny cans.
Hey, Alex.
Brendan.
Speaking of girls, you're having a...
Gentlemen, I regret to inform you that...
Well, I don't know. This seems like a you problem, not a girl problem.
Oh, it's a me problem?
Well, you're having a problem with personal hygiene.
Yeah, I am having a problem with personal hygiene.
Is it because you're old now?
So I've noticed like a few times, I don't know, you don't shave as frequently as I do, but I do on a much more frequent basis. Yes, yeah. So I've noticed like when you shave, and you can even do it with like a fresh blade. Like there are times when I go 5 days without shaving and I get a crisp, brand new, stainless steel blade made in Pakistan, put on my safety razor, go, wonderful. Right after I get out of the shower too, use some aloe vera type of, shaving cream and stuff like that. Because the heat from the shower helps you open up those hair follicles in your pores, so it's a lot easier to shave. I then go to work and I'm sitting there at my desk and I'm just going like, looking at something like this, going like, oh, that's a funny meme. And I start going like this. And I'm like, oh shit, there's like a hair I missed. I missed this hair. How could I miss this hair? And I'm like, oh no, there's another one. And I start noticing like there's a bunch of random hairs I kind of miss. Like when you mow the lawn, you're just like, oh shit, the dandelion. I never nicked that thing, So I feel like my shaving skills have kind of they've been deteriorated a little bit and such.
I feel 5 days with you, I think, is a lot of growth. So you need to get the electric razor and trim all that down first, and then go to the actual razor blade.
Oh.
So that you've already taken care of the major work, because the razor blades that's too hardcore. That's like daily use. Because I shave my throat, my neck, at least once or twice a week, unless I'm actually like going full mountain man. And if I let it go for like 3 or 4 days and try to shave with I just use disposable razors because this isn't like make or break, then it can't handle it. It's like, I surrender. And it turns into like weird streaks of stuff. And I like how we've turned into just like old men talking about our facial hair or body hair at this point.
Disney Plus go burn.
So yeah, no, I think, but if because I have, clippers, so I'll just go wait, first, then get in the shower, then shave. So try and check it out.
Well, the other thing also I've noticed is that whenever I'm putting on deodorant, I kind of do like a couple of swipes, and I don't use like we were discussing this in my driveway.
That's why I'm thinking about this right now.
How I don't use any antiperspirant deodorants because it would mess up like my white t-shirts, and I like my white t-shirt. So I just use like Arm & Hammer Naturals and stuff, and it's been great and stuff. But I kind of feel like I don't do enough I don't do enough passes to cover up the.
That's not the problem.
No. Oh, it's just a brand.
No, it's deodorant is for like 8-year-old boys, not for grown men.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. You just have to. Here's my, because I went through the same process you are currently in the middle of.
In your teens.
I read about in GQ. Yes, in GQ, I read, "Why are my T-shirts turning yellow?" And the guy was like, "It's the aluminium in your
GQ UK
antiperspirant." And here are like, you can use Tom's, you can use this, you can use that to not do it. And so I was like, I'm going to try this. By noon, I needed to reapply deodorant. And then I got really self-conscious. So I'm just like sitting like this all the time, like not lifting my arms up, because it was like, no, it was stanky. And I don't want to be the guy who smells weird. I've been around people who smell weird. Yeah,
girls,
actually, men and girls. But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, guys smell all the time, but like when you come across a girl, you're just like, oh, no, sweetie.
Yeah, and I dated one for a while. And she was also just kind of like, I just stink. Which I was kind of like, okay, I'm going to try to make this work. And then I was like, no. And I don't know, maybe she fell into this, I don't want to... Aluminum. I don't know what that was. Because there was this...
Erica says hi.
Hi, Erica. There was this whole aluminum scare because of dementia.
Interesting.
There was a whole thing about dementias caused by aluminum in your antiperspirant, and so people started getting freaked out about that. It's not true. So don't worry about it.
Okay, because there's a lot of older people that apparently were just huffing aluminum.
All I'm saying
licking the sides of people's houses.
All I'm saying is, I think you should just wear undershirts with your white t-shirts. How many white t-shirts do you still have?
I've got at least, I think, like 8 or something like that, like undershirts, because I use them for work.
No, I'm talking about white t-shirts to wear. So you're mad about your undershirts getting a yellow stain.
I just hate the fact that any shirts get understains. But the biggest issue I have is the ones that are like white, like screen print graphic tee. Because I had a whole bunch of college.
Yeah, but those are.
And
this is my point: is that do you own any outer shirts that are white? That are t-shirts, white t-shirts. Mm-hmm. You do. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then, when you wear those t-shirts, I guess wear your deodorant, but otherwise you should be wearing antiperspirant because you are not an 8-year-old boy. Okay. I'm just saying.
I so basically have like 2 different sticks of deodorant in a sense.
Yeah. I mean, I have 3 right now. It depends.
Okay. For
email contact@culturedoom.com if you think this is weird. But I have
tell us about your hygiene problems, folks.
I have different scents.
I have juniper berries.
Gin? You want to smell like a bottle of gin?
Yeah. Down here and out of my mouth.
It's to hide your breath.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever makes you happy, and if Erica hasn't left you yet, then everything's fine, so don't worry about it.
Yeah. There's always that day.
Oh, I got a text message.
I just want my sons to send me a Christmas card. Say, I love you, Daddy. I'm like, I love you too. Oh, Zachary said bubbles today.
Ah.
At bath time, he goes, because we have Mr. Bubble brand bubbles. Listen here, Zoomers. Back in the day,
here we go.
When Madonna was still a viable musician, we used to have Mr. Bubble. And Mr. Bubble came, you'll remember, it was just like in a box, kind of like a borax box, and it was powder form. Well, they don't do the powder form anymore because parabens and all that. So it's now liquid form. And doesn't quite have the same oomph it did back in the 80s because you could put chemicals on whatever kids and it was fine. Yeah, we have the pink one with the handle. You have a handle of bubbles because we go through bubbles. So I was pouring it in there and he goes like, bubble. And then he was like going like, more.
He liked bubbles when I was blowing them at him.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they love bubbles. I mean, they do basically, it's them hitting bubbles with sticks is like Luke with the targeting device when they're on the way to Alderaan and then they find out it's been blown up. Rightfully so. Yeah, go. Mr. Bubble, classic Mr. Bubble. Yep. Beautiful.
So anyway, getting off of bath time.
Bath time. New topic. Next topic. Move on.
Okay, moving on from personal hygiene. Well, I hope that you are able to find a agreeable solution for your
I hope so.
Hygienic dilemmas.
Because I found a deodorant I like, and now I have to start all over. And you know how anal retentive I get about researching things.
That is true. I say hold on to that deodorant and then find something else that you're into.
Well, they also make an antiperspirant too, which I might check out and see what the deal is.
I look forward to your Amazon.com reviews.
Thank you. Hey, Prime Day's coming up. You want to buy some earbuds?
Speaking of poor hygiene, Alex.
Yes.
We've got a story out of the UK right now.
Oh, God. Talk about bad teeth.
I'm going to hide it from you to the last minute so that you don't get any preconceived...
I'm not a golden retriever going...
So you don't get any preconceived ideas of what this was going to be. Okay, so this is from the Daily Star. And
the Daily Star? That sounds very like chai kami.
No, it's England. I think so. He's a... I double-checked to make sure that this was a real thing.
Do I look old? I look really old. Sometimes I look old.
Sometimes we both look old, Alex. You know why? Because as much as you like to send me pictures of people who look older than us, it doesn't change the fact
they're younger than us, but they look older than us.
Yes, but it doesn't change the fact that we're both still old.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay,
I think we do okay for ourselves.
Okay, I'm just saying that a 35-year-old who looks like they're 42 doesn't change the fact that we're 40 and look 40.
I know, but at least we didn't look like we were 42 back when we were 35.
At least we're not the Brit student caught with pics of Bart Simpson being by Marge Simpson.
Oh, he got busted for Rule 34.
Alex is just like, oh, I've seen that. This is an example of the English being insane. Absolutely insane. And
I mean, it's a standard Wednesday for them. I mean, what else is new?
It's just embarrassing.
You lose an empire, you have nothing else in life.
Like Asia.
You're caught licking the side of aluminum siding.
Japan is just like, oh, joku.
Joku.
English joku.
Who is shameful display now?
A police raid on the home of a student. A
police raid?
In Sunderland led to the discovery of a number of images showing computer generations of abuse between characters of the cartoon series.
The cartoon series. Oh, you got a license for that.
You got a license for that Shota. A student had his day in court after looking at images of a member of the Simpsons cartoon being abused by another. Computer-created images showed the child character Bart being assaulted by his own bloody mother in the show Marge.
Considering that the English are so into antiquity, they should be fine with the whole story of Oedipus.
Antiquity. It's classic.
It's classic. I mean, they probably have an original copy right there in the museum in London.
A police raid on Grindon Lane in Springwell, Sunderland. It sounds like a fairy tale. And then the royal guards arrived at Grindon Lane and Springwell, Sunderland.
And they all had their poofy sleeves and the frilly collars, and the one who had the frilliest collars of all frilly collars, for he was the captain of them.
Wee Graham Moon, 23, was caught red-handed. Ow. Oh, God. Stroking the barnyard. 2 images of dillying the Simpsons.
Dilly-dallying.
Dilly-dallying the Simpsons.
With his
Uncovered
bangers and some mash.
49 similar images on his electronic devices.
That's it. Pump up those numbers, kid. Wait, is that metric?
49 is actually equivalent to 249. Or 2,049. It's like kilometers. There's 1,000 increments. He faced up to 3 years in the cage and a stint on the offenders register for his crimes.
In the cage of London. 3 years in the cage and a stint in the sex.
Bart Simpson.
Bart Simpson. God, that country is just...
District Judge
lost.
Zoe Passfield instead opted for a 12-month community order, which involved 20 days of rehabilitative work. Reports Sunderland Echo. Is this like the local newspaper?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think it's like their version of the Daily Herald.
The King County Daily Herald.
The court heard a graphic description of the case.
Oh, do you think this woman's talking about it? No. Okay, I was hoping it was specific to the
He's
actual.
Not for looking at
Bart
Rule 30
fan art. Weird fan art.
Oh my god.
And it's not even like, okay, Bart Simpson. Look at this.
Well, here's the thing. It's like the Simpsons. Nobody's cared about the Simpsons since like season 9. Maybe season
Mr.
12.
Moon cares about the Simpsons a lot. Graham Moon, son of Daphne.
23-year-old. It's like...
it was a Fraser joke. Graham Moon.
She's from Manchester.
But her name's Daphne Moon. Oh, so
she's
just like non-canonical.
She's a Mank.
Non-canonical.
He's a Geordie, she's a Mank.
Non-canonical.
Non-canonical.
Shutting me down. Wait.
At least he's not from Merseyside. Oh, my right, kids.
This was done through the probation service, but Judge Passfield didn't put the degree holder on the register. So, well, good for this judge for at least having...
Yeah, some sense.
What I want to know, usually these stories... Oh, sorry, there's more. She did, however...
Homer used to be smart in this picture.
She did, however, note there were some points of concern in the pre-sentence report written looking into his behavior. He pled guilty, possession of prohibited images of children.
Oh, well.
Well, it's Bart. Prosecutor John Gareside said there are no sentencing guidelines for this offense. He's like, whatever you think. What I want to know is, because usually these...
So you can get busted for hentai?
Well, not...
Like, sure, yeah, basically.
Not
yeah.
in America.
No, but in England. I mean,
Canada
that's how
and
ludicrous
England,
it is.
yeah. The U.S. has very strict...
bestiality rules.
I know. The U.S. has very nebulous obscenity stuff, but also very strong freedom of speech and art stuff.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a gray area, but in the United States, I think aside from maybe 1 or 2 cases, you don't really see anything about that. Canada's had more than a handful of weird stuff happen there. I think that somebody got in trouble for importing one of those questionable dolls. Which, how embarrassing.
Which is funny, too, because there's...
Can you picture your mother?
Yeah. Here's what's funny. It's that there's this belief that, Europe or anything that's not the U.S. is far more liberal and far more, open to things like that. And then you go and see stuff like this and you're just like,
England,
absolutely not.
England doesn't qualify for any of that. England's
England
not
should
European.
qualify as a country.
They left the European Union, so clearly
Well,
they're
there's
not
a bunch.
Europeans.
Like Norway, Switzerland.
Well, those countries get a little... Okay, so Europe, in my experience, is a pendulum that floats... Jesus Christ. Speaking of fucking hygiene. It swings from the puritanical Brits, which, by the way, are the ones who came to the United States. So all of our problems came from them. Mm-hmm. And then swings all the way into the weird countries like Norway, Sweden, all of
Portugal.
I don't know much about Portugal. Okay, Portugal. Where they're a little bit too permissive of weird stuff with kids. What is that? What is that face?
Not Portugal.
That's why I wasn't. I'm like, Portugal is just weird, but not.
The Dutch?
Yes, the Dutch. We've talked about this before. Yeah, I actually had this written down.
Was it
Dutch versus the Danes? I don't remember what we were.
Danish color.
I don't remember what we were talking.
Color series, Color Climax.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's too blown out. But I had a note on here: Dutch versus Danish. It was something from the last episode that I messed up, but I don't remember or care, frankly.
Who's the most debaucherous?
All right. An example of one image was computer generated of a male child, effectively a cartoon. It's one cartoon that may be known to the court. It's effectively Bart Simpson. He continued, That's effectively what these images are. They are cartoon images of children and adults. The defendant comes to court with no convictions or cautions. The maximum sentence is 3 years. He has no previous convictions. He was a student at university on his last year.
Not anymore.
When interviewed, he told the police that he had seen these images and they were on his machine and didn't realize they were illegal to possess them.
I love the words they're using. These images, machine, was it picture? Like, yeah, just like computer generated images. I'm just like, or these CGI. What does it say? Like AI created. Like you typed in like Marge Simpson, Bart Simpson, Rule 34. You know, it's like I feel like it's just those like somebody has badly drawn crap.
Okay, hold on. We're gonna do a quick. These children, these are still cartoon images. No child has been acted against. As soon as this offense was put to him, he pleaded guilty. There's no child. What makes him tick, I'm not sure. I don't know who said that.
He's British.
He must pay £114 surcharge.
Oh, God.
I love how that's like the last line. He's got to pay $114. Okay, Alex,
Is that metric?
Let's do a quick... We'll use Google Images. We'll make it as like straightforward as possible.
Of course. Google. The everyone engine.
Bart Rule 34. All right,
Are
ready?
people going to see this?
I'll censor what shows up.
Okay.
I mean,
do you have safe search off?
Yeah.
Good. All right. Hit that enter button, baby. There we go.
So, in one...
Death by Snooze.
Oh, that's funny. That's from that TV show.
What show is that, by the way?
I think it's Picket Fences.
Picket Fences? Okay.
So, yeah.
Bart has 3 feet.
So, it took... Oh, my God.
Jeez.
No, well, okay.
Somebody move the kitchen table.
So, here you go.
There you go.
It took us... It's not exactly underground art.
No. It's very badly drawn art.
I mean, The Simpsons isn't exactly... Oh, my God. Bart, you stud. Tee-hee-hee-hee. So now, when the FBI kicks down my... Although this is adult Bart, so I guess it's different.
Oh, Miss Krabappel.
And Bart has impregnated Mrs. Krabappel, his mother, and his sister in this picture.
And also himself from his beard cut, from the looks of things.
Oh, and here we go. Now Lisa and Marge.
Wow. Well, you know what? If they really want people to start watching The Simpsons again, I'm just saying, what in the God's green earth is that? Oh, they're showing what the...
Ugh. All right, so you get the point. This is on Google. This is not hitting the dark webs. Trading some Bitcoin for some contraband. It's literally type in
even
4
Google,
words.
Even up there, there's the big exclamation mark. It says "Safe search is off. Do not hold this against us. We're just a publisher, not a platform."
Yeah, but if you type in like other things, it's not going to be like this.
Right.
So
right.
It's
on there. It's on the internet if you want to find it.
I'm just saying, I don't think this qualifies as nefarious as other things. This isn't as nefarious as looking up like certain manga.
Mm-hmm.
It's the fucking Simpsons.
Yeah.
Frankly, if you can jack off to this, you should get an award.
You should be paying the 214 pounds.
You should get the 214 pounds. 114 pounds. So,
yeah.
Anyway.
It's also probably the most news traction that the Simpsons have gotten probably in this decade.
They're like, oh, thank God.
Matt Groening's just like, what?
Well, and also, Alex, have you seen the Bart Simpson? Have you seen the movie, the Simpsons movie?
Once, years ago. I remember there was something to do with a dome.
But do you remember?
I never tried to go back and.
Do you remember the Bart Simpson scene in the movie?
No. I feel like the movie, compared to like South Park's film, I feel like the movie was like a full decade and a half after the fact.
All right, Alex.
Because what was it? 08, 09 or something came out?
How do I do this?
Simpsons movie.
Oh, I'll just show you this. Hold on. No, Alex. We're watching something together.
Oh, okay.
You ready?
Oh, it's on Disney Plus.
Here.
I like men now. Don't look where I'm pointing.
So, is that illegal? I rest my case, officers or judge.
Constable?
They should have hired me to defend him. Like,
yeah, but you're an American.
We want the most degenerate idiot we can find. I'm like, I'm here, officer.